Hi, Kurt Howard here, and in the next couple of minutes, I'm basically going to spit in the face of so-called coaches and trainers out there who have been robbing you of your athleticism and potential and often providing bogus training to you for increasing your vertical jump. But more importantly, I'm going to show you why your current training methods are setting you backwards and why your vertical jump never seems to improve despite all of your hard work, which results in making you still the fourth or fifth best player on your team, why other teammates continue to get better than you no matter how much work you put in, and how you can change all of that starting today. Because I'm going to show you the secret to unlocking your jumping potential that almost forces your vertical jump to rapidly improve, your quickness to become lightning fast, and your agility to be off the charts. In fact, if you simply do what I show you in this video here today and put in the work, like thousands of my other athletes have done, you will be that athlete that everyone is talking about. Honestly, I can't wait for you to experience the feeling of hearing the crowd erupt when you get that massive chase down block, seeing people dancing in the stands when you catch that outlet pass and throw it down with power, or the coach drawing up that final play for you because he knows you are the guy that can get to the rim. So instead of wasting another summer following your coach's BS training program, or listening to a former player who has absolutely no idea what he is talking about, follow an easy blueprint that almost forces you to make those massive gains this summer. So who am I and how can I make such a promise? Like I said, my name is Kurt Howard and I'm a former athlete who doesn't accept the status quo. I've helped over 3,000 other athletes just like you get massive gains in their vertical jump and rapidly improve their speed and quickness. So even if you can barely touch the rim, you have the athleticism of a sloth, I'll show you how easy it is to fix your training and take your vertical jump to new heights. Just by following my training, you can unlock your hidden potential and escape your place on the bench. But before I do that, I want to tell you about why I'm so passionate about helping you. And it's because I was once in your shoes. See, I started off as one of the top players on my team, mainly because I was tall and could shoot. That's all it really took at first. But then I stopped growing. And while others grew taller, got more athletic, and passed me by, I went from a star player to barely cracking the starting lineup. My shots were getting blocked, I was getting out-rebounded, and I just wasn't quick enough. I felt completely defeated. So over the summers, I would work my butt off following the training program from my coaches, but come season time, it was obvious other players were continuing to pass me by. I was lost, I was frustrated, and I had enough. So I made the decision and I quit. Yep, I decided I would rather just give up than ride the bench. I put in hours of training, gallons of sweat, missed out on hanging with my friends, and for what? Just for me to be the 6th or 7th option on my team? Now, I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. Sitting at home playing video games while all my friends were at practice, being just another student in the crowd on game day, and the worst, hearing the fans go nuts when my best friend dumped 22 points on the crosstown rival. But see, that's my story, and it doesn't have to be yours. And after high school, I headed off to college and played a lot of rec ball. And during that time, I found a guy whose athleticism was crazy. Now I'm talking two-hand reverse dunks, head up by the rim type stuff. And quite frankly, I had to know what he did for training. He told me he was a bit of a science geek, the type of guy that studied scientific studies and was somewhat of a fitness hack. He told me that after hours and hours of research, he had put together a training regimen specifically designed to increase vertical jump and explosiveness. And he had stumbled upon a formula that got incredible results. It went against everything that was taught in the mainstream, and basically his results spoke for themselves. So I told him about my experience and how I gave up basketball my junior year, mainly because of my lack of ability to become a better athlete. I told him about how frustrated I was with the lack of results I was getting from the training I was doing. And it turns out he had a similar background. Never the most athletic kid, but he trained like crazy. Unfortunately, only to see minuscule results just like me. That is, of course, until he took matters into his own hands. See, it doesn't have to be that way. So we decided that we should get this training out to others so they can reap the benefits and not end up like us. So we decided to document his entire process, the exercises, the workouts, absolutely everything. And when we had it all done, I recruited a test group to see if the training worked for others or if it was just dumb luck that it worked for him. And after a couple weeks, we found out, did it ever work? The feedback from our early testers was incredible and confirmed everything he was telling me about the workouts. Check out some of these results a couple of our early testers got. There was Ahmad from California who actually gained a whole 12 inches on his vertical jump in the first 8 weeks of doing our new training. There was Mike from Canada. When he first started the training, his vertical jump was 17 inches, and by the time he finished, it was 24 inches, and he could easily dunk with a full-size ball. There was also Chris, who hit me up on Facebook telling me that her daughter had increased her vertical by 6 inches in just the first 7 weeks of using the program. And lastly, there was Cedric from California, who went from a 28-inch vertical when he started the program to 33 inches in the first month. He gained an entire 5 inches in 1 month. So it was clear that this training protocol worked. So why did our training program work so well when almost every other training program falls flat on its face? Well, see, what my friend had figured out when he created his program was that there are 3 fatal mistakes that almost every training program has. The first mistake, and easily the biggest, is a failure to apply the proper mode of workout. Now, many programs out there may use some of the correct exercises, but they fail to apply the proper mode. Now, this leads to you increasing your muscle endurance and not your quickness and explosion, which is critical for increasing your vertical jump and becoming a better athlete. See, you need to focus on muscle explosiveness. Let me put it this way. Do you want to be able to jump continuously for 20 minutes, or do you want to be able to explode off the ground quickly and as high as possible? Well, if that's the case, then you need to focus on muscle explosiveness and kick that muscle endurance training to the curb, because it's actually hindering your results. See, let's compare a marathon runner versus a sprinter. Now, would a sprinter train by running 15 miles a day? Of course not. Would a marathoner train by running 100-meter sprints? Of course not as well. That's because a marathoner needs muscle endurance. They need to be able to run long distances for a long time, where a sprinter needs muscle explosiveness. And the same goes for you. You want to be explosive and quick off the ground, and to do that, you need to be certain that you are training in the proper mode. Now, the second huge mistake we found was many people are doing the wrong type of exercises. See, not all exercises are created equal. Even worse, the wrong type of exercises can actually decrease your results. See, when you target the correct exercises that enhance jumping ability, you are able to squeak out those extra inches that can be a real difference maker. And if you're relying on your coach or some local trainer to be able to put together the perfect program for you, you are going to get subpar results. They just do not have the experience in this area. Now, the third and final mistake we found, and this was a big one as well, is almost all programs are not using a multifaceted approach to vertical jump training. See, most vertical jump programs target one effective method of increasing your vertical jumps. They might use plyometrics, they might use weightlifting, and so on. Unfortunately, just targeting one method is what leads to many people only getting minimal results. In order to get maximum gains you need, and I'm talking 8 to 12 inches in 12 weeks, you need to be able to incorporate all of those methods into one training. And that was exactly what he did. He took the most effective exercises from each training method and combined them into one program. That way you're able to get the benefits from each training method and get maximum results. Now, it really makes sense if you think about it. For basketball, you can't just focus on your shooting, you need to also work on your ball handling, your defense, and etc. to be a great all-around player. And the same goes for your training. There are great benefits from weightlifting, plyometrics, jumping exercises, etc. But alone, each method will only get you small results. But when you train your muscles with all of them and use the most effective parts of each, that is when you start to see shocking results. Essentially, you're getting the benefits from every method out there and you're getting maximum results. And again, the reason our program was getting such incredible results is because our program addresses each of those issues. We show you how to train in the proper mode. We lay out exactly which muscles to train. We show you exactly which exercises to do. We basically force you to rapidly improve your vertical jump and quickness by using our daily workouts with step-by-step instructions on how to perform each exercises. If you put in the work, you can't fail. Our results have shown that time and time again, which is why we're so excited to get this program out to as many players as we can, because it's time to turn the tables. Stop getting out-jumped for rebounds. Stop getting your shots blocked in the lane. Say goodbye to your measly vertical and take your training into high gear. And honestly, I can't wait for you to experience that feeling of being that athlete that everyone is talking about. Hearing the oohs and ahs when you block a shot into the stands, or hearing the crowd go crazy when you spin baseline and posterize the other team's best player. So instead of wasting another summer following your coach's BS training program, or listening to a former player who has no idea what he is talking about, follow an easy blueprint that almost forces you to make massive gains this summer. Of course, there is another option. You can simply end your playing career like me and live with that regret for the rest of your life. And I don't want that for you. I want you to experience the joy of leading your team and the opportunity to play at the next level. So if you're with me, let's get started. Let's finally start training your vertical the right way. And at the end of 8 weeks, you will see a massive improvement in your vertical jump, a massive improvement in your quickness, and a massive improvement in your agility. Finally, you can be that athlete you want to be and start being the best player on your team. So again, let's get started. Down below, there's an order button to get the program. After you purchase a training program, you'll get everything you need. We have a complete guide that'll walk you through the entire workout. We show you exactly what exercises to do, how many sets, how many reps, with full video detail on each and every exercise. We make it as simple as possible so we can basically force you to start improving your vertical jump. So let's get started, and I look forward to you being our next success story.